Hello Internet, this is Housecat with a K. Why am I reintroducing myself? This is episode 2B of my Judge Dredd Let's Play. Direct from the cutoff, uploaded immediately after, so this is redundant. Alright, here's the lower area of the sewer level in the Aspen prison colony mission. This is just down to the left from where I cut off the previous episode, so go back and watch that if you haven't. Here I am just cheesing this varied terrain, which is actually a lot of fun to play on. I don't know why there aren't more areas like this in the early game. Yeah, just actually arresting a perpetrator in this mission. I didn't think that would happen. Yes, that oil slick can hurt you while you're on the ladder, it appears, because nothing attacked me when I died there. Well, not died, got reduced to the hero pixel, as it's called by some of my fighting game fan friends. Not a genre I'm fond of, actually. You know, I mentioned this in the original audio track for this review. This is the third one I've recorded. I'm actually a little tipsy. Yeah, you've got to wonder if the designers actually thought that people would do that, because it does remove a lot of the threat from much of the game. It's, when those ladders are around and within firing range of an enemy, you are practically invulnerable so long as you can stay high enough. Especially with the knife throwers who can attack up after a fashion. Yes, there's that oil slick that I missed while I was playing and playing that the first time. And here is a jumping puzzle in a game with bad jumping physics and really clumsy jumps to begin with. Not to mention this darkened overlay, so if I was to retreat I'd probably try and avoid it. Yeah, I just forgot the height that shotgunners shoot at, flat out. I didn't even bother to try and get in behind his muzzle where he couldn't hurt me. Yes, the shotgunners and anyone else with a gun cannot attack you if you are in closer than the muzzle of their gun is to their body. Yet you can still hit them for free damage. It's wonderful. And knife throwers, if you get them in a knife throwing move, they'll just toss knives that go sailing over your head. That was a pretty nasty cut there. I'm sure it hurt many of you film student types. Basically, I'd spent a few minutes trying to find a little secret off to the side that I knew about. You'll see it later on in the mission when I'm accessing one of the terminals. It's a judge badge, a health 1-up pickup, and a health heart, one of the large ones. It's too close to the end of the level for the heart to be really useful, and the 1-up, well, since I'm starting to just go with the level passwords, isn't really going to make that much of a difference. Yeah. So, that scaffolding will block enemy attacks, but it will not stop your own, so you can shoot up through it, or down and to the side, I suppose. Yeah, this mission, it's just odd. Yes, there's a crate there, and the pickups become invisible when they're under the green stuff, which I hesitate to call water. It's full of poo gas. Those barrels will explode in a shower of green toxin that hurts nobody and harms no one. Really, the acid doesn't even corrode the floor a bit. But yeah, there's me dodging a knife, getting hit by the second one, and forgetting I can shoot up through the scaffolding, so I just jump kick the guy. What am I, Jean-Claude Van Damme? I thought Stallone was in this role. Yeah, that's really just a cheap shot, but it's the best way to deal with shotgunners. Their attack does a lot of damage, especially when you're in close to their muzzle. Now, if I had have known that the second level would do this, I probably wouldn't have started a Judge Dredd LP, but the fact of the matter is I never really got past the beginning level of the second mission. I just am not that good a gamer, like I've said. Again, your mission is still to lock down those doors, which, you know, after thinking on it a little in the 10-20 minutes since... Oh, yes. That's what happens when you let a guilty party stand there for too long. They will just pick up their gun and start attacking again. Alright, that was a sprinting long jump. The double jump of this game, I suppose, since there is no actual double jump. It increases the length and height of your jumps, which will let you reach some hidden areas. Except here, where I just cut the film. Yeah, that was clumsy. What are you talking about? Seamless cut! Totally seamless! Hand me $1 million and I'll make the Titanic again. Now again, more cheesing this variable terrain, which we'll come into it a lot in the next couple of levels, because they're out in the Cursed Earth following the movie plot again, are we? Alright, just a jump kick to knock open that and get a point bag. Okay, I've actually been told by a friend over MSN that there is indeed a point to getting a high score. In this game, every 250,000 points, you get a 1-up. Playing from the first level through, the first time I got this 1-up was the 4th level. By which point, I had no lives in the bank. I do believe it may just be useless and more efficient to go with the level passwords once you have them. And really, in the age of the internet, who doesn't? This level is the one I blasted earlier for being built like a maze, and on viewing my own playthrough, it just does appear to be I'm a little idiot. Tell me what's wrong with that picture. No, it hasn't happened yet. Not yet, though I have no idea what I just picked up. Seriously, I've never seen that pick up before. No, ammo in a cul-de-sac in a secret? Yeah, I can dig that. Enemies in a secret I can dig. Having very little hints towards the location of this secret, yeah. Oh, come on, I even stopped in front of it. Oh, now I know how everyone else feels when, you know, they're watching someone else play and just see them walk right past something. A useful thing about these terminals, admittedly one of the most useful things, is that activating them will stop you taking damage. The projectile that's heading for you, if you use the terminal quick enough, will pass straight through you without any harm. This can let you survive a little longer on a hero pixel, or cheese out damage. Nice little hint, though you don't find too many enemies hanging around the terminals. Especially not the shotgunners, which is the trick it's most useful against. What we have here is basically an Easter egg hunt, where the Easter eggs are little grey computers that look oddly like the early Apple Macs. It's not really compelling gameplay, and it does sort of feel a bit forced, but it does reward exploration, and I did find that secret earlier just by fiddling around one of the terminals. I do like the addition of these terminals into an actual game objective. It does make them actually fit in retroactively. One could see them as just Justice Department terminals that were used before radios were invented in the real world and thus in the comic book world. Though that doesn't make sense. Comic books started in the Cold War, hence the separation of Western blocks and Soviet bloc. Because the Soviet Union is a total threat which will last beyond the apocalypse. What we see here is the stupid way of taking on a shotgunner. I still don't know why they're wearing white trench coats. No one in the movie was wearing a white trench coat. No one in the movie looked like Duke Nukem. That's a game I'm interested in LP actually. Duke Nukem 1 and 2. Not so much 3D, everybody's done that, but 1 and 2 would be interesting if I can find a full version of them. That's 3 out of 4, I believe, or 2 out of 4. I've lost track. Yeah, too much stout. This is just demonstrating that the knife throwers can in fact harm you when you're hanging off a ladder, which, you know, makes the attack less cheap when they're around. But in the next level you'll find out that, sorry, in the next couple of missions, there are no ladders. Or the ones that are there, they don't often, you know, make sense in their placement, nor are they often useful for attacking enemies that you can't just jump over or kick. Peer into the boot of Dredd. That was a mumble. Alright, basically here I was trying to be a smartass and jump around to get at the back of the shotgunner. However, it didn't work. Yeah, I'm not the greatest strategic thinker. Anyway, it's easier just to abuse levels when you're going up than going down. That bulkhead and heart are there for a reason. That's because there's a boss there. And watch me flub this next jump through no fault of my own. I'm sprinting, jump! Yeah. Well, here's the fourth terminal, the one that I missed, and you'll see the way back. Also, notice in this tunnel that I fall down in a few moments, not this one I have climbed ladder, but this one, it appears at first to be a sawtooth where you can't climb up. Of course, earlier in the video I spoiled this illusion by clinging to the ladders that are on its side. It's a nice illusion, and it is actually effective. First few times I didn't think I could climb up after getting down there, and having missed a console. This is the mission boss. He is a rather burly, I'd hazard a guess at Mexican looking, but I can't see his face. You know, he's basically Angry Joe with a purple vest. He carries around a big club and tosses Molotovs at a very rapid rate in two varying angles. Your best strategy is to just stand on the lift because his attacks do not cause knockback, and hammer him with everything you have in the secondary ammo slot. Your reward is this shotgunner and the level exit. Final thoughts on this mission are again located mainly around its maze-like construction and somewhat contrived third level. It took the idea of a prison and sewer level and just hammered it into you. This level left me a bit fatigued of the whole idea after a few moments, and I really hope that I don't see any more of these kinds of levels again in the game. Anyway, thanks for watching, see you next time.